Welcome back to Sturgetropia. This is Sturge. I was going to highlight today the Daily Praetonium Challenge. And this Daily Praetonium Challenge has taken me 10 days. This is the 11th day to complete. Well, I haven't quite completed it yet, as you can see. I found 22 of the 25 points that I need to find. So I thought I would detail my epic saga of trying to get this daily mission completed within 10 days. It's the reason I didn't make a video last week, that I was working on this 2 days prior to thinking, oh, I'm just going to go and I'm going to make this video and it's going to be quick. And I was very wrong. And I know that other YouTubers have detailed their efforts to complete this challenge. So I thought I'd go into a little detail, show you what I found works, maybe show you a couple of areas where to find Praetonium, and then just sum it up. Hopefully with the completion of this challenge at the end of the video. This mission, of course, is not a Next Island mission. It is an ancient Greece mission. And so we're going to start here in Orpheus's cave. And we're going to head over to ancient Greece. And that way we should be able to go to the proper teleporter, which is the Thebes Market teleporter. And you can get the waypoint from the wiki for this particular mission if you'd like to do that. That's what I ended up doing and made my life a lot easier. But yeah, Nicholas is just off to the right when you come at the Thebes teleporter. If you're facing up the stairs, then you just come off to the right here, and you can see Nicholas's little house with a melodious smile upon all who blank deal. Okay, there's Nicholas. Let's see what Nicholas has going here. He's got himself a little mushroom farm. That's nice. A little back patio area. Maybe some sort of skeleton in the wall there. That's cool. All right, let's get the mission from Nicholas. And he says, can you be of assistance? Well, of course, Nicholas. I'd be happy to be of assistance. Okay. All you have to do is dig some of this stuff up for me. Some Praetonium. Yes. Good thing you don't have to give it to him. So that's it. And you talk to Nicholas, and you get the mission. Now, I'm not going to do this mission on ancient Greece because I don't have waypoints for Praetonium on ancient Greece. I'm going to go to Next Island and do this mission because it's going to be better for me. I have a lot of waypoints and locations that I found Praetonium over time on Next Island, and so if hopefully you'll be able to follow along, but ancient Greece is not going to do it. Well, last week I bought myself 50 strong boxes and opened them all up without finding a ring. But that gave me about 450 ped in universal ammo, so that's what I'm using to do this particular mission. I didn't anticipate that I was going to need that much, but I just needed some ped to get things going. So that's what I'm starting with. And let's see here. I got our first Praetonium find here. It's a poor 4, and that gives us 2 points, which is right in line with how the iron missions generally go for awarding points. A 3, which would be a very poor, would give you 1 point. A 2, I can't remember what the 2 size is called. Is that minimal? That would give you 25% chance at 1 point. See there, 1 point from the Praetonium, very poor. So, as you can see there, I was using the Terramaster 4 because I've had good luck with that, and all my waypoints indicate that, of course, the Terramaster 4 is the finder of choice here. There we go. There's another Praetonium hit. Poor 4. So I'm feeling pretty cocky, pretty confident right now that I could do this in a day. You know what I mean? I'm going to do a little exploring, get out there and cruise around a little bit, but I'm pretty certain at this point I can finish this thing up in a day. So I did a little bit of exploration, did a little bit of mountain climbing and mining, a little bit of playtime with the red papoose. At one point, the papoose got in my way of all my exciting mining, so I had to do the thing. I do a little bit of hunting with the red papoose, but I took their rewards with me. I found a place where you can actually mine underwater with all the cool water sounds. Yes, there you are, mining underwater. Something new and refreshing, but the only thing you're going to find here is Listerium. And just outside the water mining, I did a little bit of cliff diving. And then spent the rest of the day in the drunken cave. But in the end, the best thing I could find wasn't Praetonium. It was a whole bunch of Listerium. So I did what any self-respecting miner would do, and I went to Little Big Mining Log. I know, it took me 2 days to get here, but I got there. So, bottom right quadrant was where I was mining anyway, Praetonium at 9%. Interesting. And all the other quadrants, you can see it's 6 to 7% for Praetonium. So, it seems that in the best place to go is the bottom right quadrant of Next Island. The next thing to do is find the proper depth for Praetonium, and it looks like 870 is the average depth, and then 401 pretty much the most shallow, and 1176. So a Terramaster 4 is pretty much the right finder to use, according to Little Big Mining Log. But sadly, by the end of day 3, I'd only found 5 more points in Praetonium finds. So something I had to give. I had to go back to the drawing board to figure out how not to get so much Listerium and get Praetonium. Got to thinking about a conversation I had with Grengashi right around the time that I got that global Listerium I showed earlier. Lots of Listerium. And he said, just take the TT finder and go around Orpheus's cave. And I thought to myself, I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier, because that makes perfect sense. So I armed myself with a couple of TT finders, and I went to Orpheus's cave, and I sought to get the last 3 points using the TT finder. You see, the way I've been thinking about this problem was that the TT finder wouldn't help you because you get mostly 1s and 2s. And if you get a 2, you get a 25% chance of getting a point. However, you can also get a 3, which is a very poor, with the TT finder. As we see there, there's a 1. So I thought that was going to be more common, that the TT finder would just give me 1s and 2s, and the occasional 3 would help me get a point, and therefore I would be just mostly wasting my time using the TT finder. In fact, it's the opposite. It turns out that the TT finder finds more Praetonium at a shallower depth, and thus giving you more chances at a 2, and then the 25% chance of getting a point from that size 2. And then every once in a while you get a 3. So there's a tiny 2, and I got a point for it. And that isn't what was clicking in my head. The other major problem here is that I was using a finder that was getting me much larger hits, so 3s, 4s, and 5s. And that's what the Terramaster does, of course, right? But the problem is that Praetonium is not on a wave like so many other resources on other planets. It's actually resource capped. And that's why you can only see 9 to 10% of Praetonium being found, because it's in a resource cap. Therefore, using the TT finder is by far the better option. And then you would just incorporate the daily Praetonium challenge into, there's nice some fruit there, incorporate the daily Praetonium challenge into your normal mining for the other iron missions, and then as you get the Praetonium hits, you would accomplish it. Trying to do this in a day is just a recipe for disaster. So up to this point, I've been using the TT finder and only found 4 hits of Praetonium using that. You saw the 1 point that I acquired. And then I switched back to the Terramaster 4 and finished it up. Lucky for me. I was a bit surprised. I actually clicked on it and then got up to walk away, and it hit, and I was very pleased. So I completed this mission, the daily Praetonium mission, in 10 days, I guess on the 11th day, using a combination of a really, really deep finder like the Terramaster 4 and a TT finder. And you get a lot of hits, a lot of 1s, a lot of 2s. Every once in a while you'll get a 3 with the TT finder, and the 3s are about 25% of the finds that you get with the TT finder for Praetonium. And then the 2s you get, out of those you get a 25% chance of getting a point. So if you're doing just like the standard mining that I've discussed in the past, just looking for resources, you got to come to the Orpheus cave area and mine all around that and have fun with the red papu and use the TT finder. There's lots of copper, there's lots of zinc here, plenty of Listerium in case you need Listerium for other challenges. but there's also Praetonium here, and it's capped. And so if you're going to use the Terramaster 4, which is great for depth and great for size, you also need to couple that with the TT finder, unless you want to throw away a lot of PED. By the end of this challenge right here, I had dropped 750 PED in probes and universal ammo to complete this daily mission. Well, that was a little bit of fun, wasn't it now? Well, I guess the last thing to say here is, while the rewards for a 15 PEC in prospecting or surveying is not huge, epic, great, it's a reward nonetheless. And the really cool thing about that is it doesn't matter where or when you complete it. You do not have to go back to ancient Greece to collect the reward. That's pretty cool. It just pops up, you pick it, and then the next 24 hours later you can go and pick up that daily mining challenge again, which I encourage people to do. I think it's a really nice daily mining mission that gives you a reward. So you got to do it, right? You got to pick all those up and get the rewards where you can. I also used an F101 and an F105 throughout this, and I got by far fewer hits, because if you think about the depth of the F105 running right around 525, that's not quite to the average of 800. Yes, you can hit as shallow as 75 feet or whatever the case may be, but from Little Big Mining Log you saw the data was 401 to like 1100 meters. So the F101 and F105 don't hit quite well enough. The F101 definitely. The F105 a little bit better, got a couple of hits with that. Terramaster 4 gets the depth just right, and then of course Praetonium is available at much shallower depths than you would anticipate, but with the TT finder you can get to it, which makes this mission really cool because it makes it accessible to everyone. So not just the uber miners, and I really appreciate that. I don't know if that's solely a Mindark idea or that was a Next Island kind of thing, but I really appreciate that this is accessible to everyone who would be out doing any kind of mining whatsoever. So the new player and the old player alike can do this mission. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope you had some fun with my folly and what I learned from doing this particular mission. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now.